up, everybody? I'm Sal Klein. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
Hi, what's up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele.
And welcome to Spitballin.
Reggie got his jersey out there. I like that background.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting some other
Maybe.
stuff.
What else? What else would you put out there, Reg?
Man, I just put out a bunch of, probably like degrees and shit. Degrees, certificates.
I'm not just a dumb jock. Look what else I got.
I'm just saying, like, just put out there that next level shit, right? Like, oh damn, this dude really be doing shit, or this dude really has done some stuff. So, but yeah, I wanted to bring the jersey out. I was like, let's go ahead and put that in the background. Everyone else be putting their joints out, so I was like, let me do mine.
You got a white one too, you said?
I do. I have a white one too. The white one. So this one is this is the away jersey. So it's got, obviously the steel 22. But then the white jersey that I have framed, I have the front of that jersey. So this is the back of the away jersey, and the other one it says St. Mary's.
You gotta have them next to each other. Why are they separated?
I don't know, because I feel like that'd be overkill to put them right next to each other. But maybe, we'll see.
I don't know. You got that yin and the yang. You got them like separated.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, if you're gonna do one front and one back, but that's true. Whenever you display those, you always you can only see one side.
You can only see one side. So I was like, let's do both of them, and yeah, maybe put them side by side, hang them side by side.
Oh, no, God bless you, Reg. Cold blooded.
Bless you.
All right, so I told Reg I had this new joke. I'm excited. But what I was really excited though, Reg, last night I went to this place, and I did a set, and it was awesome. It was an awesome mic where there was a lot of talented comics at it. A lot of comics I knew, which I didn't even know. I walk in and I knew Stuart Thompson was there, Nat Bamel, Meryl. You just saw Meryl Kamia's girl we were hanging out with.
Oh yeah, Meryl. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then my buddy Rivers brought me, and so it was great. And because usually, and then a lot of the clubs, I'll stop by, do some of the mic, go to the mics, but it's just rough, dude. It's like nails on a chalkboard with some of the comics that get up. It's like whatever. They just draw from a bucket, and it's really hurts your soul. And this one, everybody, you could tell they were there. They work on their stuff. They're good. They're hustling. They're doing their thing. There was a couple of comics where it dipped, and right away they're not getting the laughs or the respect. It's that kind of room. You get the respect. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. Okay.
You go laugh, but you still got to be funny, man.
Yeah, you got to earn it.
Right? And you can see the levels the other comics went another way. So it was really cool to be a part of. And this is the coolest thing is, so I'm like, wow, you guys run a great thing. How do you keep it so it's pretty good talent? And they go, oh, we don't advertise it. It's all word of mouth. And I'm like, that's how you do it.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Because everybody knows about the clubs in the entire country. So anybody from the world comes over here to do open mics. But you go to these places just word of mouth, and only good guys and good comics bring good comics. It's it was awesome. So that might be a regular. That really helped. That gave me hope.
Look, yeah, for real. I think that you should, Sal and I've talked about this, but I think that you should go ahead and start your own room.
Well, it's not as easy as you think, and then you got to deal with all that shit. These guys already started one, and I could go work there every week. But no, I thought about it, but we'll see. But yeah, that was cool. And then Tuesday night I did a show. And what was I gonna say about that? I don't even remember. It was at a brewery. But yeah, I stopped at a
was that the show with Anthony Hill?
I'm yeah, so I did the show with Hill. Okay. It was cool seeing him. And then this woman, Whitney, who ran the show, she said I inspired her to start comedy. That's how she got into comedy. She knew me up in San Francisco.
She was like, if this guy can do it, I know.
Exactly. That's what everybody thinks. And so, so I didn't know that. So she was really nice. And I'm going to be doing her show again on Tuesday in Redondo Beach. So anyone
Okay.
out there in
All right.
Redondo Beach, Tuesday, is that tax day? What day is Tuesday? Oh yeah, dude, tax day, April 15th. Come get your laughs on after getting depressed by the government.
That's funny. Uh,
Wasn't
yeah.
Doge take out the IRS?
Oh, dude, it's so bad, dude. The world is so bad. Insider trading happening on the highest level,
Oh,
and then
dude.
dudes celebrating it. Real quick, I just want to throw this out here based on this. Um, I want to just say shout out to St. Mary's. That's what that's about. St. Mary's, making it to the NC2As,
And
to the
getting
March
knocked out.
Madness, getting knocked out in the second
They did
round.
they did well
But
though that first game, and they should have won that second game, I think.
well, they did well enough in the first game. They came back. Vanderbilt
Yeah,
was kind of kicking ass a little bit,
yeah,
and they came back to win it. So shout out to them for taking care of business.
yeah.
But then that second game came up a little shout. But
Shout
shout
out to
out to
the Cleveland Guardians and my dope new hat, dude. Check that out, huh?
oh yeah, look at that. Okay.
Upside down word.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I should change my screen so that it matches. Whatever.
Uh,
Um,
let's see. I wanted to talk about some stuff today, Reg.
okay. What you
But
got on your mind?
first off, I like the other day I woke up and I got like this little pain right here in my like groin area.
Wait, didn't you have that before?
Yeah, it's like almost, but it's a little different spot. But yeah, if I do this with my legs, like I can't, I can do that with the one, but the other one I can't. So I using the band,
Is it your hip flexor?
probably something like that. But it also might
Okay.
be sitting on this fucking couch. It's too you sink in, you know
It's
what I
too
mean?
low. Yeah.
So anyway, I feel like a single old man fucking thing. So here's some pictures that make me reinforce my single old man viewpoint. Like, look at this was my breakfast this morning on the Mediterranean diet right now.
Okay.
Hard-boiled
Avocado
egg.
toast with tomatoes. And is that like a mound of cheese?
No, that's a hard-boiled egg.
Oh, it's a hard boiled. Man,
Yeah,
you
it was
did.
so hard to get the goddamn shell off. It was sticking all over to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you did not peel that well.
I tried. I don't know what else to do. What's the trick? What's the trick to peeling a boiled egg?
Dude, I don't know, but it should not look like a scoop of ice cream, right? Like a scoop of ice cream or like a ball of like not cottage, but like cream cheese or something. Like,
And here, I'll give you guys a little trick, a little secret too. If you want to make a little avocado toast, whatever, I almost went to go buy an avocado. Fucking helicopters. And I didn't buy it. I took it back because Trader Joe's has those fucking trays of guacamole when they use like 5 or 6 avocados and it's
oh
meant to
yeah,
be
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
avocado
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
So, it's still pretty damn fresh and good. So,
yeah.
that shit goes a while.
That's one of my favorites. I like that one. I buy that one a
Yeah.
lot. I get that
And
one
then
often.
you get the spicy or non-spicy.
I like both of them. I get spicy.
Wow. I can't do spicy.
I love spicy. Give me spicy.
It's
Dude,
spicy enough.
you should see me with like sriracha or Cholula or any hot sauce reds. Like
Yeah.
you would literally think, oh, this dude really likes uh hot wings or like chicken tenders with his with his hot sauce because you can't even see the tender. Like I
Damn, Reds. Yeah, that should probably rip it up your stomach.
nah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
You carry a bottle with you when you go out in public and eat?
Nah, I'm not that
You're
bad.
like, man, you know what this Thai food could use?
No, I'm not that bad. Not yet. Right?
Uh,
Like I'm not that black dude yet who brings out the hot sauce at the restaurant. But that's really your taste buds being completely devastated, demolished, and deleted and gone. Right? It's like
right.
I can't taste this food. Let me put some hot sauce on here. Oh yeah, that's good. All you
I
need
just don't
is
like
hot sauce.
sweating when I eat. I don't want to sweat, and that's what spicy food does.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it does
Yeah,
make it
it's
like
so
but that's super sweaty. I mean, that's super spicy.
I don't even like no, like I don't even like just my scalp gets hot. Like it's starting, and I'm like, it's too hot.
Okay. I mean, I can dig that. That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
Here's another picture though that was really funny to me. I took, I think just yesterday of single lonely old man. Look at me on the couch with all 3 cats with no pants on.
Wow. Yeah, that is definitely an advertisement for the ladies. Hey,
Wasn't it
ladies.
cute though? All those fellas who lined up with me, we all hang out on the
Yeah.
couch together.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that for all the cat ladies out there, Sal is available and he got
And it was hot,
cats.
dude. I was like, I'm just gonna keep my underwear on. I ain't got no one to impress. And the cat
That's
doesn't matter. Cat's like, that's fine. I just want a lap. I don't care if you got shorts on or undies or
well,
whatever.
yeah. And they always sit right in your lap, right there in that one spot because it's warm, right?
Yeah,
Because you
yeah,
lose your heat from your crotch. So they always go right for the crotch. So is there a
yeah.
term for because I've heard the crazy cat lady? Is there the crazy cat man or
It
the
just
crazy
doesn't
cat guy?
flow as well. It doesn't flow as well. That's the problem.
Crazy cat man. Cat man
All right.
Sal. Dude, you should put that in your profile. That should be your profile
No,
picture.
yeah, that ought to get me nothing.
Oh, well, hold on. Let's talk about let's go down this path.
No,
Um,
man, I gotta,
no,
man.
let's go down this path. Are you on any of the apps?
Man, I don't want to go down this path with you.
Why not?
Hey.
Okay, all right, now fine. We won't go there. What we'll do,
Yeah, but
folks.
it ain't all. It's kind of
Well, hold up. What we'll do, folks,
I
is that
think.
he and I will talk about it like off screen and figure out how to talk about it, and then we're gonna come back and
Yeah,
talk
there ain't
about.
nothing to talk about right now. That's the bottom line. All right, so here's what to talk about, dude. Did you see
Okay.
this story? This was the big story of the week, bro. Scientists
Mm, the
genetically
dire wolf.
engineer wolves with white hair and muscular jaws like the extinct dire wolf.
Okay, so this was the thing. They had the dire wolf DNA and they splice it with
They had
a
some
gray
of
wolf.
it.
So what?
They had some of the DNA.
Oh, some of the DNA, and they spliced it with a gray wolf's DNA, which turned out to be like 99.3% dire wolf. So
Hey, what?
99.3 or 4% dire wolf. So the gray wolf is like the most closely related wolf to the dire wolf. And then taking the dire wolf DNA, splicing it together, they're saying that these two wolves that they made are like almost completely 100% dire wolf. Not
No,
quite, but
that's
like
completely false. Now listen.
no way. That's what I heard. That's what I read.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay. Anytime when something like this happens, you have to release a scientific paper explaining the whole thing, the process, whatever, and then all scientists go through it and then try and prove it right or wrong, blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
So this company that has made these direwolves has yet to do that. They didn't
Oh,
even
they
release
haven't.
anything. So nobody's even gone through it. Okay.
Okay.
And, so there's one thing people are like, oh, it's a little sus. Now, here's the thing. They also had, yes, they used a gray wolf, and it was the gray wolf was supposedly the closest, but they're not even sure how close the gray wolf is because some say these wolves, the dire wolves, started from like 2.5 million years ago, and then the gray wolves came out, like branched off way later. So, how close are they really? They're not really sure. They're not even really sure on the color. You can't really prove the color or anything. And the genome, really, they said if you look at it, 99% of it, it's still a gray wolf. It's just going to have a wider head, a little bit of a mane. The jaws are a little different, but overall, it's still a gray wolf. And they're saying some of these dire wolves could have been more related to jackals back in the day. So they're not 100% sure. I still think it's cool. Yeah, this is what they said. They took 20 edits on 14 gray wolf genes, and that's
Okay.
what they used to make these dire wolves.
20
So,
edits on 14 gray wolf genes.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Now, another thing, yeah, they're saying domestic, they split off from other canids, which is all the canines, about 5 million years ago. So they're kind of genetically closer to jackals. Uh, but we're not sure. And another thing that this article was from Slate. It's a little more critical of it because now like we don't know how these wolves would ever behave, and these wolves don't have any parents to show them how dire wolves act. And these wolves are going to be there's three of them in a undisclosed place somewhere in the United States, and they're just going to be forever penned up in this place, and it's 24-hour surveillance.
Yeah, I mean they can't release them out into the wild. They could throw off the whole
No, it would be
ecosystem.
cool though if eventually they made enough and they could.
Well, this is the thing. it wouldn't be cool because we don't know what they actually can do and what they're
Well, you want to bring
genetically.
them back or not?
No, this is the thing. We don't know what they're genetically coded to do and how they're genetically coded to live.
Right.
Like, there will be some parts of them that'll just be instinctual based on their genetics. The other one we can keep going with the direwolf, but the other one they want to bring back is the woolly mammoth,
Yeah.
which I just thought about this just now. That just seems kind of cruel and unusual to bring back a furry elephant when the world is heating up.
Yeah, an Ice Age elephant, really.
Yeah,
And the
exactly.
Direwolves too was like from the Ice Age,
Exactly.
So
So, I mean, what you're gonna create a cold habitat for these things to live so they're not like super hot all the time, right?
right,
But
right.
but I
Uh
do like the idea. It's kind of cool that like the idea of being able to do it, right?
right now, but then here's the dangers, okay, side. Well, first let me go into the Direwolf because this is cool. That's the thing. They're like, well, they don't know if it was all cold and whatever, because a lot of dire wolves hung out here in the Los Angeles area, and you could see their skulls in La Brea at the La Brea tar pits. So,
Oh,
yeah, so this is really interesting. I'll zoom in so you could read this sign. I mean, it's a trip, man. Like when I first came here, I went there. The La Brea is widely known for its incredibly rich fossil deposits. There's 404 direwolf skulls there that you can see, and that's only a portion of the 1,600 wolves they found there. And they think packs of direwolves would go there and feed on the animals that got stuck in the tar, and then these wolves got stuck themselves.
mm.
So there's all these fossils at the tar pits.
Oh, wait, hold on. Keep going. I want to see that last part. It says they are not exactly. Um,
Research on these minor differences is sure to yield information about wolf evolution and population structure. You can see that they are not all exactly alike in either size or shape. So that's the thing.
uh,
There's so many different
it's
types.
it's unsure to yield information about wolf evolution and population structure. Okay, so
So
yeah,
we
look at
can't
the
just
head.
say, well, we know these are what direwolves are now. They messed around with gray wolf stuff. Threw some direwolf stuff in, mixed it all up, and
Right.
then boom.
Look at those
We
teeth.
love
Look
Game of Thrones, so we're all into direwolves.
look at the skull right above the sign with
Oh,
the
the
teeth.
teeth. Yeah, dude, there's a
Yeah,
gnarly
like
one.
and look how wide it is across the front. Right,
Yeah,
like
like that big old
that's
nose. Yeah, look
yeah,
at
that's
that.
pretty intense. That's pretty intense.
Yeah, and
Are we sure
skulls
we
are
want to
really
bring this?
small because you're forgetting about all the stuff on the outside. So this head would be enormous.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
man. I think
interesting.
I think science is amazing. Like the phenomena of it. Like I think it's kind of cool to be able to see some stuff that's been gone for a long time. But obviously, we just got to be careful what we bring back because, hey, man, what they say we're gonna be the architect of our own demise.
Right,
Something gets loose, breaks into the ecosystem, throws everything off, and then now we're struggling.
right.
Right.
And
So,
yeah, and here's another problem now. Um, and already the Republicans right off the bat trying to take advantage or whatever. But Trump's Secretary of the Interior is this guy named Doug Burgum, and he kind of insinuated, he goes, the status quo is focused on regulation more than innovation. All right. He's saying that we can basically refresh and resurrect a species at will. And he's suggesting there shouldn't be so many on the endangered species list. Once they go on, they never come off. He's like, we should start taking the animals off the endangered species list because now we can make new ones. And that's the thing. Or that's not how it works, though. We're not going to make the exact same thing once something goes extinct. And to just say, oh well, it's okay now. We could have oil friendly. Let's fuck the climate because we could replace these animals with science. That's not what we
that's
want. We
not
didn't
what
want
it's
that
about. Yeah.
precedent, man.
But you
That's
know what though?
terrible.
These are the same guys that would tell you that it's okay to eat genetically modified food.
Right. Well, I
Like,
mean,
yeah,
even this week, fucking Trump signed an executive order, and it said to stop the enforcement of state laws pertaining to climate change, saying the states have enacted burdensome, ideologically motivated climate change energy policies, but we're going to bring back the American energy dominance in our economic and national security. It's just like we're going back,
dude,
man. They
dude,
don't give a fuck about the climate.
I hate this dude, and I don't hate anything, right? Like, me, hate is not a word that I even use because energetically is such an awful word, right? Like, you know, for me, what I always say is that hate is more corrosive to the container that holds it than the thing that it's targeted, right?
Right.
Than the object that it's targeted at. But I can safely say, without any corrosion to myself, that I hate this dude because everything that he's doing and what this administration is doing, this is just the beginning. They plan on changing. They are enacting things or changing things on a level that when he's gone, it's gonna take us forever to get these things back.
Yeah, no.
Right? Like it's gonna take us forever.
Another one,
We got to keep track of what it is, man. This dude is like, we got to keep track of everything that he's removing, be it Harriet Tubman and Jackie Robinson and the Tuskegee Airmen, and you know
that was the
women.
power though of, I mean, those two, Harriet Tubman and Jackie Robinson are such pillars of civil rights or Black history that when he tried to remove both of those within a day, they got switched back. Like, hey man, you can't do that shit.
Okay.
But
Oh, I didn't know that part. That's good to
oh yeah,
hear.
they both of them got put back like within
Okay.
a day. But there's a lot of other stuff that didn't get put back, and a lot of other stuff that is totally getting wiped away. And it's all bullshit. Oh, what was that? Is that vinyl?
Yeah, it's vinyl, bro.
Oh, that's a good one, dog.
Hold up, my record player.
Oh yeah, there's your little record player. Oh, nice, nice. All right, here's another thing about these idiots in power. Vince McMahon's wife.
Oh boy, head of education, Department of Education.
Yeah, whose husband is into shitting on people he works with, like literally shitting on their
Are they
chest.
still married? Are they still together?
Oh, probably that money, dude. You can't. Divorce is too expensive. But the divorce won't look good in the papers. But your husband cheating and shitting on employees, that's okay.
Jeez. Like
Uh,
literally, right?
yeah, and then fucking
Yeah.
with okay. Anyway, threesomes of poop. But so his wife was the Secretary of Education. This is so dumb, dude. Like they don't even know. She doesn't even know what AI is. She's calling it A1.
A1. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
So
A1.
here it is
And
for
the
all the
children should
people
learn
listening.
A1.
Yeah.
Or a report that I heard this morning.
Oh wait. I gotta include the sound too.
She looks like I could hear it. She looks like someone cloned Barbara Walters a little bit with the little hair.
Don't insult Barbara Walters like that.
Yeah. But she does
Or a
kind of like
report that I
Barbara.
heard this morning. I wish I could remember the source, but that there is a school system that's going to
Right away, can't remember the source. Classic fucking.
start making sure that first graders or even pre-Ks have A1 teaching, every year starting, that far down in the grades. And that's a wonderful thing. Kids are sponges. They just absorb everything. And so it wasn't all that long ago that we're going to have internet in our schools. Whoop. Now, okay, let's see A1 and how can that be helpful? How can it be helpful in
I don't think it's helpful at all, man. I'd say it's not authentic. It's just got this robotic thing, and then you could have AI teach what you tell it to teach.
Yeah. Look, man, kids do not, and she's talking about pre-K getting access, kindergartners and pre-K getting access to A1. Yes,
Ah.
let's give them an
You know what
A1
it is? This is
education.
so ridiculous that these people exist.
Yeah.
And have power.
Yeah, they're in decision making positions, right? They directly impact our daily lives. It's
The
nuts,
stock
man.
market, the tariffs, the everything. It's insane
Dude,
right
it's so I do agree with her. I do think that all these kids should get an A1 education.
now.
I don't think that they should have an
That's
AI education at kindergarten and pre-K. It's like, yo, kindergartners and pre-K kids should be outside running, playing, picking up sticks, right? Like looking at insects, playing in the grass, climbing trees, like playing chase. Like that's what they need to be
Playing
doing. They don't need
chase.
playing chase. They do not need or playing tag, right? They do not need to be sitting in front of a computer trying to figure out what AI is or correcting A1 to AI, right? Like it's just nuts,
Yeah.
man.
So yeah,
It's really nuts.
that's what's going on. The other thing I was going to bring up because all the Direwolf talk, and then they've been for some reason every day they play a whole season of Game of Thrones on HBO, so I'll have it on in the background a lot, right? And I don't know I woke up early today, like 7 a.m., right? I put it on, and they're on the last season. So what was that, like only 6 episodes?
Yes.
And so I turned it on. And they're already in the middle of the third episode, The Long Night, where they're just fighting the whole time with the White Walkers. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell time they start this? Like 4 a.m? Watching Game of Thrones that early.
Dude, Game of Thrones is on repeat, bro. I have watched that full season. I've watched the full season at least 3 times.
Okay,
and
so that's why
I'm legitimately thinking about running it back.
Yeah, it's a great, and I might run back House of Dragon. House of Dragon, I feel definitely the second season got better, and it's so cool with all the dragons. And then, did we talk about that scene where, I just saw it again the other day, where Stannis Baratheon's daughter with the grayscale on her face, she tells him the story of House of Dragon. She goes, "Do you know the Dance of Dragons?" And then she talks about the two sides and the brother and splitter sister fighting.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about that. But I do remember her telling the story of the Dance of because she's talking to not to Stannis, not to her dad.
She's talking to her dad. Her dad comes here right before he has her burned to death.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
that's where Stannis. What is wrong with you, idiot? Moron.
I think okay. So this is let's dissect that. That's really about everything that Stannis Baratheon did. I mean, killing his own brother, burning his daughter at the stake, taking his men north of the wall to do a thing. Like it was all for power. It's because he wanted to sit on the throne,
and they deserve it. Like
he thought
their destiny or whatever. Right? Yeah,
destiny.
Same with Khaleesi.
Yeah, and it all shows how absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's why we like Jon Snow so much, because Jon Snow is the one guy who actually is worthy of sitting on the throne because he doesn't want to sit on the throne. Right. But even then, he's like, "Nah, I'm good." Right. Like I'd rather not because I've seen what comes of it. Right. Yeah, man. It just goes to show how absolute power corrupts absolutely, and people will burn their own child at the stake to get power. Kill their own brother. They will kill their own brother to get power, and they will burn their child at the stake to get power. That's what that's about.
This is another thing I just noticed today. I'm like, this is ridiculous. 3 times Tyrion Lannister gets knocked the fuck out and should have died, and he gets saved. 3 times he goes unconscious and then wakes up and he's alive. And I think it's the second season when he's with his dad makes him go into battle, and right off the bat he gets knocked out by like a hammer or something, and he gets up and the battle's over. No, I might take that back, because then when he get the other one, when he gets cut in the face and gets that scar, I think he passes out there.
Yeah, but that was which one was that one? That was the one.
The Battle of the Bay.
Battle of the Bay, where they had the pig. I mean the explosive, the green explosive.
Yeah, wildfire. There's 4 times, because then the third time is when he's with Ser Jorah and they're going past those, what do they call the people? The rock people. Once they get
the stone men,
the stone men, he knocks out there, and Jorah pulls him up out of the water. And then just now, this last episode where when what's his name? What's the guy's name who is the he runs the Iron Isles at the end, the brother, and he fucks the queen. I want to fuck the queen, and then he
oh, you mean the one from
he shoots the dragon down?
Yes.
What's his name? When he shoots that dragon down, they get captured again, and Tyrion again goes over the water, and then Grey Worm's pulling him out. And I'm just like, dude, this guy just constantly dies, but someone saves his life.
Dude, that just goes to show his importance. He's hard to kill, even though this is the thing. The only people who wanted to kill Tyrion Lannister was his family.
Right.
Like it was his sister and his dad. They were the only people that really wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
Even when the queen had him in the mountains, and they make the little man fly.
Yeah.
Even then, they were like, okay, you still have a right to pick someone.
Yeah, right.
You.
Right.
and he picked his sellsword. Who they're like, you, and he killed the guy and he kicked him over into the hole. They go, you fight without honor.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
it's like,
He
yeah, but I
fought with
win.
honor. Look at him.
Yeah, exactly. He fought with honor. That's it. That's a great line. He fought with honor, and look at him. Ooh,
So,
good
all
time.
right. So here's the question, my friend.
Okay.
I was thinking this. What is your favorite episode from the first series of Game of Thrones? And I know mine.
Man, I think my favorite episode, honestly, it's gonna sound crazy, but just off the top, not knowing you're gonna ask me this question, my favorite episode has got to be the episode where Ned Stark is beheaded.
Wow.
Yeah.
Season
And
1, episode 9.
yeah, so the reason why is because leading up into that point, I thought it was a really good show. Right.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is amazing. This is a really good show. The acting is good, the story is good, the names, everything that's happening in this world is amazing. And we get to this pivotal point in the story with this character that we're invested in, right? That we've seen come from the north down to, Casterly Rock or whatever, not Casterly Rock, but to
King's
leaves
Landing?
Winterfell and goes to, the city, right?
Yeah, King's Landing.
King's Landing. Yeah, not Castle Rock. King's Landing. Goes to King's Landing and he's trying to do the right thing. He's legitimately trying to do the right thing, but he's playing a game that he doesn't fully know the rules to, and he doesn't know that the people who play this game are willing to bend the rules completely to their, to their own favor. And leading up into that point, I legitimately thought that the show was going to, just like all the other shows where the star or the hero or the main character is in peril, he's chained up and they're dropping him down into the water with the sharks and he's going to die. But at the last minute, something happens and he's saved and whatever else. So prior to that moment, I really felt like, okay, well, there's going to be a stay of execution. He's there and he's like, executioner is like, this whole thing, and you think that, oh, someone's gonna shoot an arrow and there's gonna be some rebellion and there's a whole thing, and then the sword comes down, boom, and I go, what in the fuck just happened? Right? Like that for me was probably one of the most monumental moments in television history for me, of watching shows where that was the first time that I saw the hero legitimately
the star of the show, because
the star of the show
from Lord of the Rings.
Exactly. That's the first time I saw the star and the hero of the show legitimately die. Not like die.
The main person, the number one. You're right.
The number one die, but die in a way that he can't come back. Right.
Right. Like, and at first I thought it was a dream.
I didn't know what it was. I was just like, this is crazy.
I couldn't believe, no, it changed the rules. It changed
the rules. So, because think about this, prior to that, any other shows, other shows we've seen where the star or the number one person has been in peril and something happens and we assume they die. Prime example, Black Panther, when T'Challa is beat by Killmonger and he throws him over the edge. Right. Like, you're like, oh, damn. Like, there's that part of you like, oh, shit, he just killed him. But then you remember the movie. It's called Black Panther. He can't die, but we just got to figure out what happens. And then later, Baka and the guys, they found him. They had him in the ice and the snow and whatever he survives. The equivalent would have been that Killmonger throws Black Panther over the edge and we watch his body fall, hit the edge of the cliff, get demolished, like ripped to shreds, and he dies. And you go, wait, what happened? This movie's called Black Panther, right?
But Game of Thrones is different too, because I think Walking Dead, I mean, I watched like a couple seasons, but then I stopped. I believe though they killed like the main guy eventually, but that was like years later. This was season 1, dude.
We just get introduced to this show. Dude, we are just introduced to this show. We're introduced to this family. We're introduced to these people, these characters, and we love Ned Stark because he is honorable, right? Because
when did you start watching it live? Were you watching it right when it came out? Because I didn't have HBO, so I didn't see the first two. I saw the first 2 seasons together after my LASIK surgery. I just sat in and watched them all. So I didn't catch up with the rest of the society until season 3.
Dude, I was watching that joint in real time.
Wow, the whole time. Every week you get excited.
Every time an episode came out, it was like, oh shit, it's Game of Thrones. shut down the rest of the world. Let's sit
Yeah,
down
he
and see
just-
what's up.
yeah.
And you're sitting there like this, like, oh, and the beautiful part about watching this show multiple times is that the first time you watch it, and they're throwing out all these names and these people, and
Right, it's really
areas.
confusing at first.
Well, you just don't know anybody.
Yeah,
They're just talking
I
about the
didn't know
history of the
anyone's
world.
names till 3 years in.
Exactly. So then after watching the first season, and then you go back and watch it the second time, when they start making reference to a person, you're like, oh, okay. Oh, that's who that guy is. And so it's like a jigsaw puzzle you start to put together, and the picture really starts to take form.
Yeah.
First, we just get the outside of it, and then you start getting little pieces
They give you
around the
hints and
edges.
stuff, and then
They
how
give you
people are
hints.
going to die
Dude.
and this and that. It's
Oh,
a
dude,
trip, man.
So what was the best episode for you?
So this is it. So I pulled it up, and it was this scene specifically.
Okay.
And I remember like watching it again, like 2 or 3 times that week, because this scene specifically was so awesome. And it's the very first time we get to see her dragon in action, in battle. And they call it the Battle of the Gold Road. Remember this?
Oh yeah, where she comes through and just decimates.
And that's great when you just hear the Dothraki coming.
And then they
You
stop.
don't see them.
They get there and then they just stop.
And we never saw the Dothraki all out.
Yeah.
And just see these two get like scared.
Spears! Oh no, this is not scene. Oh, they keep going in this one.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see this.
Oh yeah, no. They're gonna stop. They're gonna stop. Well, maybe not.
Get back to King's Landing.
I'm not abandoning my army.
You're the commander, not a damn infantryman. Those fuckers are about to swamp us.
We can hold them off.
Here comes Drogon. Like that's that, dude. You've never seen it in action yet.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Dracarys. All right, so there it is, dude.
Okay.
That whole thing, and then the guy is running, and he gets the thing, and eventually they shoot it, and then he pulls it out. Like, oh my gosh, that whole
Yes.
battle is amazing.
That battle was amazing. The only thing that made me upset about that was the way Khaleesi attacked. It's like you got the line of people, and you come like this
Straight
So,
in instead of going parallel with
yo,
it.
if she
She
comes
does
like
eventually.
this,
She goes and takes out all the, but she's
Dude.
breaking the wall for the Dothraki to get in.
that's all I'm saying. But I hear that, but I'm like, instead of coming here, and
That'll take too long.
If she comes from the
Yeah.
side and she's like,
That's true. They should have come in like a swoop. Well, they're coming down the middle. Hey, dude, they got their own. They figured it out. They won that battle. The one part is the very end of that scene, though, where Jamie Lannister's going to try and kill a dragon by himself, and the dragon goes to burn him, and then all of a sudden, his buddy Braun pulls him off, and they
Yeah,
fall
into the water.
The
Yeah.
water's so deep all of a sudden. It's like, what the hell? You're at the shore. Khaleesi is on the land
Yeah,
with
he's
the
like-
friggin' dragon, and you're dropping 20 feet into what the fuck?
hey, man, it's television, man. You got to fudge it a little bit.
But yeah, that would be mine, I think. I just remember that was such a great scene, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many amazing scenes in that show, but and I think like listening to you, that scene is powerful because you actually get to see the dragon for the first time.
Because we
kind of in
waited for
action.
years.
Waited for a long time.
Years
Um,
for the
I
dragons
think-
to finally do something.
Right. So you're excited about the action of seeing the actual dragon. For me, the excitement was the development of the story, right? The story going in a direction where we've never seen before, where it's like, holy shit, the star just got killed. Well, who do we
Right.
back now?
I mean,
Right, like,
there's tons, right? Yeah,
Who
and
do we
they're
back now?
they're always good at the way they close it too. The scene, like another one that'd be one of the best
Cliffhangers.
one
Yeah.
was the Hordor. You know, hold the door, Hordor.
Hold the
that
door,
shit, yeah,
hold the
that
door.
shit was so powerful. Khaleesi, just anytime she like when they put her in that little thing with the Dothraki, she just burns it all down and she just throws the stuff down and Khaleesi would have a bunch. Like Khaleesi when she burns the guy who holds all the slaves, who has all the not the Dothraki, but what's the other ones?
Oh
The,
yeah,
the Grey
the guy
Worms.
who has he's holding the chain,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. And it
He's like,
burns him. And then
yeah.
before that, one the sorcerer who's all bald and creepy has him with the tiny dragon, and the tiny dragons burn him too.
Oh yeah, well she's like Dracarys
Yeah,
in the house of that's the mystery house where the guy used illusions and
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
else.
yeah.
Hey
But
man,
yeah,
look,
there's a lot of cool little endings like that.
that show, I think I know a lot of people didn't like the way the show ended, right?
It
And I
is
think
rushed and it's a little heavy. They wish they just had more time, but and there's great
yeah,
episodes though. I just watched the end there where Arya takes out. Come on, Arya taking out the Night King is one of the dopest parts of the whole thing. And that
hold up.
move that they already showed us earlier. Come on, man!
Well, hold up
A
though.
season
Hold up.
earlier they showed us.
Hey man, when Jon Snow is stabbed and killed, right, at the wall, and they're like this is for the night watchman or whatever, the night watch. Ugh. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, that's one of those moments again. That's like a Ned Stark moment where you go, how the hell does Jon Snow come back from, like, they've killed, he's dead.
Yeah, but
He's
you knew he was coming back.
Well, I mean, I had an idea because at this point, we've seen Barrick. I want to say we saw Barrick get
All
cut
right.
by the hound.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And his body wasn't totally decimated. Yeah.
and he's like, how many times is that now? And that's when Clean Gang was like, wait, what the hell is, he's like, you don't die? Like, what the hell is this? So we know that there's this possibility. But even then, even the little boy Ollie comes up like, this is for the Night's Watch.
All right. You
And you
remember all
go,
the names. That's
oh, dude, you feel so bad. You're like, you guys don't get that this guy, he's playing chess, not checkers, man. Like, the thing that's coming is way bigger than the wildlings, bro. Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wildlings
yeah.
are trying to get away from a thing. Um, and one of my favorite lines is when Jon Snow says, you the only way you can get out of the Night's Watch is that you have to die, right? And there's that point where he goes,
Yeah.
he goes,
Did
my
not
watch
do
has ended.
it.
I've already died, right? I died for this, which he
Yeah.
did. And then
You
I was like,
watched till you die, and I did that, so I'm out, son.
I'm out. So yeah, man, that's one of my favorite shows of all time.
I
I can watch
remember
that show.
there was a part when I was in San Francisco, and they showed the last two episodes in the movie theater of season 4. And that's when the wildlings attack the wall. And it's the first time we really see the giants and they got to hold the fence up.
Yeah.
That one. And then the next episode, I believe, is the one when Oberyn fights the mountain and gets his head.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man.
like, you raped her. You killed her. No, you can't die. No.
Yeah.
Who gave the order? Who gave the order? Right? And then your boy in the mountain was like,
Mandalorian showed up.
ah. And she was sitting there, she's like, hey, no. And he's like, I raped her. I killed her. Like, whoa. Like, when he crushed that dude's head with his hands, man. And even then, Tyrion was supposed to die. Remember?
He's always supposed to die.
Because his champion lost. His champion
Yeah.
won, but he lost. Yo, man, I gotta run that
The whole
back. That show's
religious
so
thing,
good.
the whole religious thing, and then Cersei blows up the whole
The scepter.
Come
She
on,
blew up the
dude.
whole scepter, dude. And when not Queen Marjorie, yeah, Queen Marjorie was
Yeah.
like, she's like, wait, where's Cersei? She's like, we have to get out of here. We have to get out of here. She's not here.
Yeah,
We
she's
need
the
to
smart
leave.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, we need to leave. And they're like, no one can leave. The queen has to pay
Yeah.
amends for her actions. We need to go. She's not here. Something. Boom. You're like, oh boy. Okay, look, man, I could go through this all day. But once again, another pivotal moment in the show. Jaime Lannister. He's the best swordsman of the land, right? And no one can top Jaime Lannister in battle one-on-one because he's so good. And then whose people was it? It was Ramsay's people, not Ramsay's, but not
I don't know.
Stannis.
I think they were Bolton's people because they took them.
Bolden's people. And they're like, okay, Kingslayer, boom, and they took his right hand.
Well, this is a little thing too. The very first episode, I believe, or maybe the second, but Jamie Lannister says something about after Bran. It must be the second because Bran's already a cripple, maybe. But he says how he can never be like a handicap or a cripple, and that's what ends up happening to him. So
Foreshadowing.
yeah, they're already like, no, and since it's a book and it's all written, they could do that,
Yeah.
You mentioned Queen Marjorie, pretty sexy Queen Marjorie. There, people, for those who want to know, that I know multiple shows she's naked in or movies. She gets naked a lot here in Game of Thrones, but then she gets before this. Remember the Tudors with Anne? She plays Anne Boleyn.
I never watched the Tudors.
Oh yeah, so it's an older one, but yeah, and I forget the guy who's in it, but the guy Superman's in it, Henry Cavill. That's when I first saw him. He was
Okay.
the Tudors, but the problem with the Tudors was they pretend they were accurate, and they weren't accurate really historically at all. And then there was another movie, a movie called Rush with Hemsworth, and he plays this race car driver from like the late 70s who got hooked up a lot. And the very first, like one of his first scenes, they show he hooks up with chicks a lot. He hooks up with Marjorie, there, Queen Marjorie.
Oh wow. Okay.
So-
Rush and okay. I mean, yeah, she's
Queen
legit.
Marjorie got no problem.
Hey man,
Off the Queen's goods.
when she's talking to Littlefinger, is it Littlefinger? Yeah, when she's talking to Littlefinger and he goes, "Don't you want to be a queen?" And she goes, "No, I don't want to be a queen. I want to be the queen."
Yeah.
Right.
She
Right.
does it with the little finger.
I think it was Littlefinger. I thought it was Littlefinger, but the scene where I was like Queen Marjorie or potentially Queen Marjorie when she was with Stannis's brother, right?
Oh yeah,
And
Renly.
Renly, she's with Renly
She was with
Baratheon.
Renly, then she was with Joffrey, and then she was with Tommen.
Yes. Oh man,
Three
she was.
kings.
Jeez, Three Kings. She was
Told
making
you,
her way.
Marjorie gets around.
Hey, she gets around. But hold up, that scene where she's with Renly and Renly is having a hard time because he's not in the
Oh,
room.
right.
And she's like, when I say she's so down, she's so down. She's like, should I go get my brother? Would it be okay? Would that help?
the
Right?
open-minded
Like,
Tully.
yeah, Sir Lance, he can come in and be here, and you can look at him while you do, like. I was like, oh, you talk about
Yeah,
being down, like one down ass chick. She is down for the
And then
cause.
she
She
got
was
that
like,
control at Tommen at the end.
oh, dude,
She's so smart.
Tommen was laying after the first time they had sex. Tommen was just laying there. He was like,
Let's do whatever you want. Yeah, it is.
yeah, he's
For
like
the pussy.
the power of the pee.
All right, Reg, that's all I got. So if you want, wrap us up, baby.
Okay. Well, I think today's episode has been a lot of fun. We've been all over the place. We really went into a Game of Thrones situation, especially
Yeah, I
with the
thought you'd
Direwolves
enjoy
coming out.
that.
Yeah, that's my joint. For those of you who haven't seen that, I'm telling you right now, I know we gave away a lot of stuff, but
you'll get confused. There's 8 years of it.
exactly, and we didn't even scratch the surface of what goes on in this show. So for those who haven't seen it, please go check it out. It's one of the best shows ever. And thank you for watching us and or listening. If you do enjoy this, we love doing it. We're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, we
Please
should put
share.
I'm gonna put a Venmo thing. Donate if you'd like, so we can keep this show going.
There you go. There you go.
You should
Sounds
auction
good,
off that
Venmo.
jersey, Reg.
Shit. No, that's my joint. That's my joint. I mean, I'm gonna die one day. It's gonna end up in someone's garbage can.
Don't you
but
have
for
any
now-
more? You should like make some custom ones and sign them, and then we'll like fucking auction them off.
I do have other jerseys. I have all-star jerseys. I have.
There you go.
You know what? I didn't bring my jersey back from Latvia, but I took my shooting shirt. I might frame my
How did
shooting
you not
shirt.
bring your jersey back?
I just didn't because I just didn't even think to grab it.
Yeah,
I
I have
should
to
have.
find stuff to auction off.
Yeah. So
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so with that being said, after the interruption, if you enjoyed today's episode, please like, share, and subscribe. That's the best thing you can do for us. Please keep tuning in. We hope you enjoy it. If you have any comments or questions or anything that you want to hear us talk about, then please, by all means, let us know, and we will we'll explore that. So with that being said, that's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele. And this is Spitballin. Peace.